Hmm. Hello, hello. Actually, it's afternoon, so good afternoon, everyone. We had a pretty heavy weekend, actually. Had like more than around 8 games throughout the tournament. And finally, at the full of Sunday, it's gonna be all within the losers bracket. So there's a bit less matches, but there will be a bunch still. And the first match for today is gonna be probably the only upset seen in the tournament. Faydee versus MomoX. So Faydee was sent down into losers bracket by a very close match against Night3. And probably I feel like it's gonna have a pretty good run down in losers bracket. And MomoX having a rather unfortunate run during round 24. We'll have to have some trouble here in the losers bracket, but I do think that both are in the lobby, and we're just gonna wait up for the rolls. So, if you guys need some information, Faydee is pretty strong for any kind of no mod maps, and had some really strong scores in BP and HR. Might be an 80 ban from Faydee, while how Eric calls MomoX is
MomoX.
MomoX, yeah, or Mox. I do believe that had some pretty good scores in Nomad 1, one of the highest, but has some trouble with a bit of HR. It was abandoned on their map, and the scores were pretty rough overall, so there might be some weaknesses that Faydee can exploit depending on how well she plays. But I do think this might be a good match, so we'll see. With the ref here, it's gonna start up with the rolls. So, but personally, I do think it's gonna be a HD ban for Faydee and an HR ban for MomoX. Actually, I realized that the stream itself is playing the round of 24 bracket in the background. So, losers bracket will be run with the round of 24 bracket, since each players will have to run that once more. So the players in the losers bracket will have some experience, especially the high seeds. So they have that kind of advantage for playing a higher seeded in the winners bracket. So they get to play the map pool twice. With that, they would understand what maps they're good at and what maps they're bad at. While the ones in the losers bracket, the ones lost in the round before, where's the stream frozen?
Faydee's ban is HD1 and MomoX is HR1.
Oh, so yeah, it's not loading on the stream as well, but you heard it from the ref. It's gonna be an HD1 ban and an HR1 ban. So both players mainly banning their weak maps and not forcing a
Faydee.
Alright, so MomoX did win the rolls. And yeah.
MomoX won the rolls. Yeah.
HR1. Yeah, the chat's not loading, unfortunately, but the stream is working. Just don't get to see the chats for a bit. Maybe it's a banjo issue with the client. ahead. There it is. It loaded up. The chats did load up. If you can scroll up, maybe. You can see the rolls that they did. So MomoX did roll a 71. Pretty high roll. Oh, yeah. Instant ban. They're not gonna lie, HD1 is a pretty hard map. I honestly think that it's not gonna be a played map too much in the tournament. Alright, so it's gonna be an NM1 pick for MomoX, fighting Faydee in one of probably her strong points in the tournament. She did score, I think, was it an SS or once 100 during her fight with Nitrogen. So MomoX has a little bit of a match, considering the scores are going to be pretty close, depending on how well he plays. But I can see MomoX winning this. So as the stuff syncs up, we'll see how the first match goes. And Faydee is starting off pretty good with the 100%, but I think that's not a client issue, as MomoX does miss the first note, a few 100s, adding up this small lead that Faydee has gotten. It's not looking good. That's for MomoX here, as Faydee's still keeping that 100 in the first quarter of the song. So the first part of this map tends to be super consistent in the lane, while MomoX misses a note, a misread. He pressed doll instead of a cat, and oh boy, the early nerves for MomoX here, unable to capitalize at the KI section, further increasing this lead to about around 50,000. And another misread for MomoX. This might be a rough map for his first pick, while Faydee keeping that SS and more misses here, fortunately giving this lead further and further to Faydee. We can hopefully see any chinks in Faydee's play. We might see an upset, but for now she will be holding this 100,000 point lead with confidence. And here we go, the second KI. Maybe, yeah, MomoX here is probably getting a bit nervous. He's missing a lot of the notes, hitting late or mispressing. Especially this is MomoX's first play for the round of 16 bracket, and yeah, it's pretty rough on him. While Faydee here keeping this SS, sending a message. Yeah, the thing with NM1 is it's not that consistent. There are some weird offbeats in Futsu. There's some one-half mapping, as the snappings are kinda tough to hit. Usually, with enough practice, you can get used to the weird snapping, since it's mainly in reference to the beat. But Faydee does get the 100 there, fortunately, so it breaks her SS. So if you haven't exactly practiced this map too well, there might be a chance that you might get spooked out by the weird offbeats every so often, which I personally find for an NM1 map really interesting, because it challenges the players' reading and consistency as well, since mostly the map is just the same throughout the whole map. Even the KI sections don't get a little harder. It's just a mix of 1/4 and some offbeats here and then. But Faydee here keeping this 1x100 and doesn't seem to show any signs of dropping it anytime soon, while MomoX has finally gotten a bit of a combo, but the amount of damage that he did isn't pretty tough to recover, and a little bit more damage is accepted, but it won't give him the point. he continues this and no sign of Rihanna of breaking the top of Faydee, we might see an early breakpoint. An early lead Faydee. Yeah, another mystery there. He's having so much trouble with the offbeats. He's hitting them a little too early. And that will be the match. Faydee will get this breakpoint with only 3x100. While MomoX, a rough B rank for the guy, but it's to be expected as a little bit of a tough maps do get people out, but that is his pick, and Faydee will get the pick and the breakpoint. Wait. This might be a tough pick for both players, actually. So, reading in the chat, apparently that, yeah, even in the records, MomoX is a pretty strong HD player. So, depending on how long the map will go, Faydee did choose DT1, the Hololive map. It's actually a pretty smart pick, considering that the weird off-snappings of NM1 gave MomoX so much trouble. It's best to just choose another offbeat map, I guess, such as No Mod 4 or DT1. The snappings for DT1 is a bit easier, but at the same time, the OD for DT1 is very tough. It adds an extra layer of challenge. So we will see if MomoX will be able to handle this map, as this might be another weak map for MomoX, considering his play for NM1. But we'll just wait for the players to get ready for a bit, and we'll see. A breakpoint for MomoX is honestly accepted anytime, as evening out the scoreboards here will help MomoX in the long run, keeping that tiebreaker in check, but he will have to fight for this. A little bit of delay, waiting for the players to get ready. Alright, it's actually started. I just actually realized right now, since the round of 24, all of the DTs were Kantan. Now it's Futsu. I just realized, but MomoX having a bit, yeah, once again, another big trouble on the first few notes. The higher OD is hitting him. Look at the UR bar, and he misses on the cat finisher. Is it a wrong bind, or there's something wrong? But at the same time, Faydee here having a bit of trouble on the first few notes. A few 100s here and there, but instantly gets it back. Unfortunate. Gets it back with a few more consistent 300s here, and her accuracy has finally become a bit more stable. MomoX struggling a bit. The higher OD definitely showing. As if you can see in the UR bar, all of his notes are pretty all over the place. He's having a hard time to adjust with the notes. This is a pretty good smart pick for Faydee. Maybe just a random pick, but it's pretty smart considering the performance that MomoX did on the first note, on the first map. Yeah, huge AC advantage for both players. Just about 30,000, or is this 300,000? Yeah, this is a 200,000 point lead. The accuracy, Faydee keeping this very dominant 99 accuracy. Well, it did drop for a bit, but it will return pretty soon as she gets more 300s. Both players just spamming the sliders there. But MomoX having a bit of trouble with a few of the notes. And Faydee also dropping that 99, unfortunately. But comfortably, she will get this point, as the map will end pretty soon, and a whopping 1,070,000 versus a 600,000 from MomoX. Pretty strong showing, but good effort for MomoX, keeping that accuracy as well as he can. But unfortunately, it is a smart pick from Faydee, playing against his weaknesses. But for me, I personally think that MomoX might choose something like HD2, as it is in the pool. So depending on what he wants to do, this point might be much more important to get than anything else, and we will see it. An instant HD2 pick. So the challenge is on Faydee, because if the players can check into the statistics for the qualifiers, Faydee's score is ranked pretty low, the second lowest on HD. So depending if Faydee has practiced HD2, we might see a free point for MomoX here. As in comparison, MomoX's score is ranked 8 out of 24, while Faydee is ranked 22. So, a pretty important pick for MomoX, as if he gets this, if he loses this breakpoint to Faydee, it might spell a bit of trouble, might give her a chance for the sweep, but this point might be good. As the players get ready, we'll have to see. Actually, a bit of just five-head cosmic brain here. So as previous performance from MomoX, we might actually see a pretty close match, as MomoX is having a bit of trouble adjusting to the new maps. But seeing a comfortable map for MomoX here, we might see it's going to be either a super close match or a very rough match for MomoX, as HD is a pretty tough mod to get used to. And here we go, the early advantage to MomoX's favor, as Faydee is having a bit of trouble hitting them very, very late, and the inexperience to HD is showing a bit of misreading on some of the notes. And MomoX getting a bit more comfortable, but a few act drops as well. The experience with HD mod definitely showing to favoring MomoX. But as well, he's having a bit of trouble keeping his accuracy up. He's just got into 98, even though it's halfway through the map. And a few more misses. If Faydee manages to adjust to the map a little bit more, there might be a chance. But for now, MomoX is holding a very, very comfortable 300,000 point lead. And as Faydee is having a lot of trouble hitting notes very early, this offset is giving her so much trouble. If you check on the UR bar, if you see all of the notes are just hitting very early. She's seeing them, but just hard to adjust. When MomoX is finally starting to adjust to the map, keeping a very consistent 97.5, but there will be some misses. Maybe it's not his best play, but he will comfortably take this point back from Faydee, preventing the sweep and the breakpoint. think Faydee fails that, but it does have no fail, so the score will be kept. And you guys can see a very large difference. I think she missed and gotten more grades, more than she got 300s. Yeah, a good pick. A good pick. I may be reading too much into it, but they might be just choosing what they want to play. And she goes for the speed pick. Let's see. If I go to the round of 24, I believe MomoX did play NM1, NM2 as well, and a relatively okay score, around an 858. That's around usually one miss and 7, 8, 100. So if Faydee can keep an FC here, we might see an easy point. But we have not seen Faydee deal with relatively fast maps, even though she does play GT, the maps themselves aren't that fast. It's gonna be the first actual fast map with 240 BPM. Biased. So for the meantime, let's wait for the players to get ready. It's 15 seconds. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee and let's wait. Hmm. The well, the ref said that this may favor Faydee, but at the same time, we haven't seen Faydee play any NFTs. So this is the first ever speed pick that Faydee will deal with. And I really believe the Faydee as MomoX drops 100. But both players are getting pretty consistent. MomoX did drop a few 100s, but there's more 300s favoring his than 100s. But Faydee's keeping strong as S in the first quarter of the map. Bit more 100s, extending this lead just about 6 times 100. So that does not mean much on the eyes of a miss. So if any players here miss just before the Kia, it might mean a lot as the advantage does stack in terms of combo. So if you guys can see on the score, the amount of value each note does increase over time. So, but it does go by small increments. It's all based on combo. So any kind of misses here will reset the score back to just about 1,200. And for small maps such as this, yeah, you can see it drop down to 1,300. So each note that passes through by will favor Faydee more in the long run. And I just see the score gap is growing bit by bit. But MomoX getting this combo back just a little bit, and his accuracy has gotten a bit more stable compared to the 97 he was holding in the first quarter. But unfortunately, that miss will drop it back to 97. While Faydee here keeping a strong 99.5 just to get into the first PI. And a bit of a combo difference as Faydee's keeping this FC shiny. Both players did manage the Ki, but MomoX with an unfortunate miss just about the end. Will reset give Faydee a bit more lead to play with as the lead does extend to around 130,000. Very strong score. But we are reaching the last quarter. We're gonna have to see a pretty strong choke from Faydee to have any chance of MomoX turning this back. This Faydee's pick, just like being Aries' suggestion. But it seems to be a very comfortable MomoX lead for Faydee. Last finisher. MomoX gets another miss at the last part, but Faydee keeping a strong 110,000 score lead. Only 5 100s. Super dominant in the no mod sections. We might see a free mod pick from MomoX here, as that may be his chances. That's all I can see. It's maps like these, especially when it comes to more than 2-point leads, where you tend to fall to your to a lot of nervousness. So we might see a reset pick from MomoX, choosing something like free mod. There it is, a strong free mod pick. And unfortunately, he does choose free mod 3, a pretty anti-mod map. It's a 9-9 map, and there will be offbeats. But Faydee did play this with HR, and she had a relative action in mind. I remember FM3 was like Banelinks during the night 3 of match, so we will see. But I don't think HD might be a good mod for this map. So we might see a no mod from MomoX, but Faydee might go for HR. So, both players readying up. So, we will see an HDHR fight. So HR for Faydee, while HD for MomoX. Depending on how well MomoX plays this, we might see a score for Faydee. As personally, I feel like this map is so tough for HD, but I may be wrong, as MomoX is keeping a pretty, as expected, the slow beats will pose a lot of trouble, as MomoX gets an early miss for the first section of the map, and this speed up might catch some HR players off guard, but Faydee seems to be used to the speed up, as she's hitting them very comfortably, while MomoX is getting a few more misses and a few more 100s, hitting them pretty late. So this speed up is a bit of trouble for HD. In terms of generality, when it comes to the speed ups, HR has the trouble, while usually Hidden has a bit of advantage, as there won't be... You'll still see them, but it tends to move to your reaction time, but it's not as hard rock. While on the other side, it's the exact opposite, where if slowdowns tend to be super easy for hard rock, while in terms of Hidden, it becomes a memorizing. That usually tends to be the idea, but personally, hidden when it comes to speed ups is still a big challenge because it tends to you tend to think less about it, but it's moving more to your reaction time. If you are not used to these kinds of speed ups, will pose a bit of trouble as hidden is a mod to the PC, especially in tournament settings. So you see that Faydee is keeping a strong full combo, not 100,000, while MomoX is having a bit of trouble keeping his combo up. I think the max combo that he only got is around 8. He's misreading some of the notes, and we're gonna get to the last part of the map. It's gonna be just some finishers and some spinners, and I think that will be the point for Faydee as she keeps this 1 million score. A super strong FM3 with only 4 to 100. Oh, I was wrong. It was 166 combo, but unfortunately, the speed ups for free mod 3 were challenging for MomoX in the long run. Nonetheless, a pretty good score for Faydee, a 99.5 with HR. Super consistent with HR and no mod. But that is going to be another break point, and it's going to be Faydee's pick. Honestly, we might see a DD2. That might be the strongest pick. Accuracies are dropping on both of, but the unfortunate miss on MomoX, giving this lead back, and the lead is just slowly growing when it comes to the Ki section. MomoX had a bit of advantage as Faydee did miss on the early parts of the map, but MomoX having a trouble with a lot of the Muzikashi patterns. And as this lead grows to 100,000, he had that chance. But unfortunately, Faydee will take this point and the match. There was a bit of rough sections on the last end. But that will be GPs. Yeah. Unfortunate. But it will be GG's. Faydee takes the W. Sure. But yeah. Yeah. So the stream is okay for a bit, but a bit of a rough stream.
Sorry for
That
the
is
stream.
GG's.
It just the internet's gone. I have to stream at a lower resolution, but I don't even think it's stable now. Yeah, it's not stable.
But
I have to
that will
stop
be
it.
the match. We're gonna compete for Momo and for Faydee's. It must be the one.